Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. We're gonna walk pretty fast through production and head over to see Matt Anthony's coach, 1058 over in service, getting that awesome remodel done. Service department, Florida, Texas, Oregon, all busy departments. And so don't forget, make an appointment. I've said it many times, but it's one of the most important things to make an appointment. Here's 1358. This is a beautiful coach in and out, very modern. I love this. So anyway, as we're moving down to Matt Anthony's coach, we're gonna take a look. In fact, I know Landon's been working hard on a lot of things. Countertops, right? Yeah. Landon's here walking down the block with us here. But Landon and Robert have really been integral in putting this together. And I'm so excited to be able to show you today what's going on inside, because the countertops that Landon did, the flooring and the shower that Robert did, I mean, this is why you bring your coach to Marathon for a remodel. And I'm gonna show you that right now. I want you to look at the floor. Every individual tile from the cockpit all the way back to the bedroom has been individually cut and placed and observed. That's the term I'm going to use. Observed for making sure it has the right look for that position and it goes and corresponds. Look at that. So each piece is laid down, it's cut and laid down to make sure it looks well together. And several people will come in and look at the floor and say, yeah, that piece goes great next to that piece and that piece looks good next to this piece, just to make sure the colors are working together, they're cohesive together. And then each single piece comes up and then we officially lay it down on the floor. So that's why they have A through J. Yep, A through J. Gosh, I was right. A through J, and they are numbered from A1 all the way back to A whatever, so that you know where each piece goes when they pull it up and then relay it down. So I think that's fantastic. Now, countertops. They've got this protective covering on it, but there are all these new deck covers from this here, the occasional table here in the salon, and then right behind the driver, there will be one also right here. So it's gonna have this beautiful new, I don't know the name of it, the name of the actual solid surface, but it is this beautiful, you can get a good shot of that right there. Look at that. And it's gonna go so well with this coach. I'm gonna step behind you here. Here's another really good look at it, Michelle. Take a look at that right there underneath what I call the rear TV. And I've said this before on Marathon Mondays. This is one of my favorite floor plans that we've ever done. It's got to be top 3 in my favorite floor plans, because you can achieve a TV up there over the cockpit if you want, or storage, and you can have a TV here behind with a sofa here, recliners here, dinette there on the curbside. So in this coach, you've got behind the driver a sofa situation, and on the curbside or the patio side, you've got recliner. Of course, as you know, in the X3 or in the X, you've got the co-pilot seat spins around and becomes part of your salon scenario or your salon seating. And then of course you've got the dinette over here also on the patio side. So all of these people here can look at that TV too. I've always liked how we did this. There's some great storage behind it, and I just like the angle of it. It really is one of my favorite parts of the floor plan and of this floor plan. So I'm gonna switch sides with you now, because I wanna show you my favorite part of this remodel. Robert's been working amazingly hard in here, not just on this floor, and Landon working on these countertops, and of course all of the lighting. All of the lighting in here is new. Actually, Michelle, why don't you do a 360 and show, there's gonna be all this new lighting and we're going to do a video when everything gets completed, but all of this new lighting in the curios, the indirect lighting, all of that is really making this thing bright. Kurt Nelson and I came out here on Friday and looked at it in anticipation of doing this show. But yeah, the lighting really brightens it up, and I think that is the goal of it, is to refresh it. When you have lighting that is X amount of years old, you want to really brighten the coach if you're going to make that part of your remodel, and that's exactly what it did. Not just the new floor will brighten it up, but the lighting in here is fantastic. Anyway, this shower that Robert is building for Mike and Sue is a piece of art. Take a look at this. It's not even done, but this is just amazing. Now, Robert is one of those guys that Marathon has as an employee that is an artist. And he takes his time and he makes sure that everything is right. I came in early this morning, about an hour before, maybe an hour and a half before we went live, and Robert was showing me how he was making sure that the lines in between matched. He was looking to make sure all of these lines were consistent. And I'm talking about the color in between the tiles. That's attention to detail, and that is Marathon quality. And so I'm really excited. I love the little bench here, the flooring. Look at the shower base, or the floor of this shower. I'm not going to step on it because I don't know what is finished and what isn't. Robert's working on that right now. That's the thing he was doing right before we went live on this video. And then, of course, it's got a solid surface rim around it. You see that white trim around the flooring of it. But also, it's got solid surface on the walls above this color and tile, I should say, and in the ceiling. I cannot wait to see this finished. So cool. But other than that, take a look in here. Look at the flooring, extends all the way into the water closet. This is the power of the Prevost chassis. These things, if maintained properly, will go for decades. And a refresher like this makes this feel like a new coach. And that is why you bring it to Marathon, is guys like Landon, guys like Robert that are in here working and using their skill and care to make this look as good as the customer would appreciate. And that's what it is. Let's go back out to the salon and take a look again. I know Matt Anthony, the owner of this coach, is on tour right now. He's got a very busy schedule, and I appreciate him trusting Marathon and trusting us as a company to remodel his coach. I know he's excited to get back in it and really enjoy it, and I think he and his wife are going to be thrilled when they come off tour and get into this coach and really get to relax in it. What a great remodel this is going to be. Man, that's fantastic. 10:58, about halfway done on the remodel, and I think it shows Marathon quality even at this stage. So just to recap today, you guys, we're down on the production floor looking at new coaches, a new shell, excited for 1393 coming off the floor. It's going to be down in post-production, getting some stuff put in the bays here, slide out trays and what have you within the next week, finishing audit. And then, of course, right after that, 1394, the coach that I'll be able to show you live and direct from Prevost 100 in early September when we're up in Quebec City. That's going to be exciting also. Be yourself and do good things. Thank you so much for watching Marathon Mondays and supporting it. And I'm excited for 1058, and I'm excited for the owners to see it when it's finished. But I love doing these check-ins. It shows the power of a remodel on a Prevost chassis. It shows the power of a remodel on a marathon coach, because this coach was built in this building and now it is back for a remodel, and that's going to be cool. All right, I'm out of here.